Hi guys, my name is Reese and welcome to a new episode on my new YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe because I do plan on getting more content out there. So yeah, today I thought I'd begin by with a quote from this guy who is very inspiring. His name is Robert Rodriguez and he wrote a book chronicling his experience making a movie on a very small micro budget. So he made El Mariachi, and if you haven't read this, I do highly recommend giving it a go because it's really fascinating how he managed to pull it all off. So yeah, the quote I wanted to read is, I think that everyone has at least a dozen or so bad movies in them. The sooner you get them out, the better off you are. So the reason why I start off with that is because I decided to go back into my archives and look at one of the first films or short movies that I actually made, if no other reason than to give someone a reason to laugh, because it's not that great, I mean, technically speaking, and I will play it at the end of this video, so you will definitely see what I'm talking about. But it actually, at least I think, has a very interesting backstory. So I'm one of those people that actually started filmmaking a little bit later into the game, and when I first graduated high school, I really didn't know what I was doing or knew what I wanted to do. So yeah, maybe many of you out there can relate. So yeah, I was actually a geek. I was a science graduate, and because of that, I tried, looking for work in, various places in those academic departments. So I tried finding work in universities, museums, and yeah, I actually did end up getting an internship, and this will be relevant. Don't worry, I will get to this point get to a point in a minute. So I did get an internship into a science magazine. So yeah, I kind of realized later on that you can have all these skills, but if you don't have the ability, or you don't focus, at least try to work on your ability to communicate, speak or write, whatever, then you kind of do yourself a disservice and shoot yourself in the foot. So yeah, I did the internship, so that was a really cool experience. Writing science articles about all the cool things that were happening at that time, and you know how sometimes when you do an internship, you kind of hope at the end of it you get a job. Well, that didn't happen. The reason being that after I'd actually finished, the company decided to move to Melbourne. So I was one of two interns. The other intern was able to move with them, and I was not. So that was that. With that said, I met a really cool group of people, and one of which who was the head, who decided to just keep in contact with me and still say, you know what, take yourself the time to figure out what it is that you want to do. And he was one of the first people that I actually said that I wanted to actually get into films. So funny story, funny how things work out that way. So yeah, so as it so happens, he was the one that actually told me, well, yeah, why don't you actually start doing it? So what you will see is a combination of me liking action stuff and liking documentaries and sort of wanting to be like David Attenborough. I'm not David Attenborough, like you. I mean, come on. But yeah, I do like learning all about martial arts, all the action stuff. So I was training at a wushu school in Chinatown, Sydney, back in the time, which was a few years ago. And I thought, why not get one of my friends, sit down with them, get my camera, and ask some questions about what they were training in. So this one I think was a broadsword, or at least some sort of sword. So yeah, so this, what you will see, kind of was based was jumping off on that. So, and yeah, as I said before, if you're looking at it from a technological perspective, it was lacking. So as you can imagine, me being an enthusiastic filmmaker, I just wanted to bring a camera and a tripod, and that was that. I didn't have any sense of, framing, composition. I used the audio from the camera. Don't recommend doing that. Luckily, we were inside, So, so yeah. With all that said, it is interesting to look back and see how you can connect the dots of where you actually want to go. So, I guess another reasons why I wanted to do this is to say, as much as it is so easy and a gut instinct to cringe at your earliest works because you can see how much you would do it differently with experience. You should be proud. I think you should be proud of the fact that you're actually doing something, because the only way you can get better is you actually start doing it. Practice makes perfect, right? So yeah, without further ado, here it is. Chinese martial arts describes many disciplines and fighting styles, some of which have become an international sport in the form of modern wushu. Wushu competition, roughly speaking, has two subcategories: free contact sparring as well as routines. The routines, by which the competitors are judged by performance of patterns, stances and other maneuvers, can either be done barehanded or with a weapon. There are numerous short and long weapons that practitioners use, and I was able to talk to Edwin about one of them. So how long have you been training with straight sword for?
I've been training with straight sword for about 6 months now, but I've been doing wushu for about 5-6 years.
Mm-hmm. And was it the first weapon that you started training with?
No, I actually started off with a broadsword. I learned a couple of other weapons along the way, and started settling with the straight sword after.
So for someone who's never actually touched a weapon before, are there any routines or exercises that you suggest?
I'd say for someone who hasn't touched a weapon before, probably to start with long fist or southern or another barehand hold first. So you get stronger, you get the stances, and then afterwards you can move on to a weapon after.
Okay, well thank you very much.
Sure.